Well, we are continuing west through South Dakota, headed to the Badlands, but on our way we're making a kind of interesting, kitschy little stop. It's a roadside attraction that we're not sure what to think of it, but we'll find out.
We have come to the world's only corn palace, located in Mitchell, South Dakota.
Not sure what to expect out of this.
No, we're going to check it out. It's free.
So it turns out the world's only corn palace is actually like a stadium arena. There's like stadium seating in here, and they've got a scoreboard. Apparently Clint Black and Tracy Atkins are going to be playing here later this summer. But when there's not an event going on, then they open it up to the public, just kind of as a bit of a tourist trap, really. There's a gift store and a bunch of history about the Corn Palace. So behind me on this wall are the pictures of the Corn Palace every year. It's been in existence. So every year they redecorate it at a cost of about $130,000. And you can see what it looked like each year in these pictures. This particular one has been around since 1892, but between 1880 and 1930, they actually built as many as 34 of these. They kind of acted as an attraction to draw people to the Midwest. But this is the last remaining one. It's free and it's dog friendly, and we figured we were so close we had to stop and see what it was all about. What'd you think of the Corn Palace?
I thought it was okay. It was worth a stop, but I wouldn't go out of my way to go.
Right. Yeah, it's basically just a building that they decorate with corn and then sell a bunch of trinkets and stuff inside. I could see if you were going there for a concert or an event of some sort.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where it might be kind of a neat thing. And I don't regret having stopped, because now we can say we've been to the world's only corn palace.
Right. And it was on our way. It wasn't like it took too much out of it. So.
Right. But yeah, it was slightly underwhelming. But quirky is always fun, so still glad we stopped.
Absolutely.
Well, we're driving west towards Wall, South Dakota, which is just outside of the Badlands National Park, and we've been getting these severe weather alerts on our phones. So when we checked the radar, there's a storm system that's currently moving right towards Wall, and it's got 60-mile-per-hour winds and golf ball size hail, which is any RVer's nightmare, but especially an Airstreamer's nightmare, because the aluminum skin on the Airstreams gets dinged and pretty severely damaged by hail. So we have pulled over and are kind of waiting this out. The gas station we're at has ample room under the cover of the gas pump shelters, I guess you would call them. So we're not currently under them because we don't want to be taking up their room unnecessarily, but we're standing close by ready to move under those should this storm approach us. So we've been through some pretty gnarly storms before.
3 tornadoes. It's pretty gnarly.
But this is the first hail warning we've gotten, so hoping to avoid that if at all possible. Well, the storm moved closer to us, so we moved under the shelter. So far though, knock on wood, not too bad. It's always so hard because part of us wonders if we had just kept going, if we could have gotten past it. And if waiting here, we didn't actually just wait for it to come to us, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. You just do the best you can.
We called ahead to the campground, which is about an hour away, and they said that they got a few raindrops and that was it.
Yeah, nothing really bad. You know, you start wondering, gosh, if we had just kept driving and got into the campground, would we have been fine? But who knows? All right, back on the road. No damage. We're still alive. All is well. I think we made the right decision stopping because it really wasn't that bad. And if we had kept moving forward, then who knows? We might have just run straight into it. So,
Better safe than sorry.
Definitely.
Always.
Yep, so headed on to Wall. All right, well, we made it to camp. You'd never believe this was the same day. You see that sun? Crazy, just an hour or so ago, we were in a storm that we thought might do us in, and now the sun is shining. Yeah, so got pretty late in the day. It's about 7 o'clock here, so we're gonna make dinner and settle in for the night and start exploring Badlands National Park tomorrow. We are headed into Badlands National Park today. It rained all last night, but thankfully it was just a nice, calm, easy rain.
No tennis ball sized hail last night.
Right, exactly. So the day is a little overcast, but we're not letting that deter us. We're gonna go do and see as much as we can fit into the day today.
Yep, we're only in this area for one day, so
Right.
try to make the most of it.
So a couple of days from now is the 4th of July, and so we're trying to get into Custer State Park. Basically, we're leaving Badlands maybe slightly earlier and quicker than we would normally because we're trying to get into a same-day reservation-only campground, and we think that the earlier we get there, the better chance we have of actually getting in. So that only gives us one day in the Badlands, but we're gonna make the most of this day.
So we are 5 minutes in here and it is already amazing.
It really is incredible. Grassland, prairie, as far as the eye can see, and then all of a sudden this opens up.
Start to an awesome day, it looks like.
I think so. been driving on the Badlands
Loop Road.
which is a little bit of a deceiving name because while it does make a loop, part of that loop is the interstate. So that seems a little deceiving to me. But the part that actually is through the national park is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
It really is. It's such a vast and rugged landscape. I don't know.
It reminds me a lot of Utah, except it has greenery.
Right.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So we have gotten off and are doing the Notch Trail hike. At 6 a.m. this morning, which for anyone that knows me knows that's a feat for me to be up that early. But it's when the reservation line for South Dakota State Parks opened up, and I was able to get the last same-day reservation camp spot in Center Lake Campground over in Custer State Park. So with that taken care of and our reservations set for the state park, our checkout here in Wall isn't until 11 o'clock, and it's still really early in the morning. So we're headed back into the Badlands to do some more exploring.
Yeah, today we're going to do the Sage Creek Rim Road. It's a dirt road. They call it off-road, but it's really just a nice smooth dirt road. Kind of gets out into the backcountry a little bit. So.
Yeah, looking forward to hopefully seeing some prairie dogs today.
Or any wildlife for that matter.
Yeah, maybe being a little earlier in the day, I would assume it's going to be less busy and perhaps more wildlife. So we'll see what we find. So we're sitting on the side of the road here in Badlands National Park right next to a prairie dog town, and we're trying to get them to pop up out of their holes and be cute on video. So TJ's been playing prairie dog mating calls on the van speakers. Doesn't seem to be working. They're not interested in us.
They seem to pique their interest in them.
A little bit, yeah. It's really hard. We need a longer lens to get really cute photos of the prairie dogs, because as soon as you get a little bit close to them, they freeze and completely quit moving.
Down. They don't do anything. They don't like run away or anything. They just lay down.
Yeah, I took a 5-minute video thinking that if I kind of walked away, they'd get more comfortable again. and you can't even tell it's a video. You'd swear it's just a photograph because they literally never moved the whole time. Also, we learned that prairie dogs sound exactly like squeaky toys.
Yeah, the dogs are with us and they're going crazy in the back seat.
They want to go prairie dog hunting for sure. So yeah, making sure we keep them inside. Well, this is the Badlands. It is incredible.
Yeah, this is an amazing park, really is.
It's vast, it's harsh. Actually, the Lakota Indians, I looked up why are the Badlands called the Badlands, and apparently the Lakota Indians that used to live in this area are the first ones to call it that, and it's just because of how tough of an area it is to survive in. The summers are hot, the winters are cold, the storms that come up out of nowhere are just extreme. Everything about this place is extreme and harsh and hard, but beautiful. Just absolutely gorgeous and beautiful area to drive through. You can definitely get a sense for like it used to be in the old days. Like you totally expect Indians to go riding across the plains chasing buffalo, you know. I mean, it has that feel. It's just
and if you're into wildlife viewing, it's been great here. I mean, we've buffalo and
bighorn
sheep, prairie dogs. It's been everywhere.
Right.
Running right down the middle of the road this morning. So
yeah, I think maybe getting out earlier this morning helped
I'm sure
see the wildlife. But even yesterday when we were out later in the afternoon, we saw a bunch of the bighorn sheep. So yeah, I don't think you can go wrong here. Definitely a place to spend at least a day or two, and you know, it's so beautiful out here. I could see spending longer if we had the time.
For sure.
All right, well, back at the campground, and TJ's getting us packed up and ready to leave. We've been staying at a private RV park called Sleepy Hollow Campground. It was $41 a night for water and electric. We did get a 10% discount with our Good Sam membership. Kind of expensive, especially when there's so much amazing free camping around here. But unfortunately, the weather was just too warm and we needed hookups to be able to run the AC and keep it safe for the dogs. The benefits of this campground, it's really nice, it's really well kept, there's showers, there's a laundry facility. It's just a quick 10, maybe 15-minute drive to the entrance of Badlands National Park. And you're also just a short, less than 5-minute walk into the town of Wall, which is where I'm headed right now. Figured we'd be remiss to come all the way to Wall, South Dakota and not show you guys Wall Drug Store. So that's where I'm headed. All right, well that was Wall Drug. They sell every kind of trinket, tchotchke, and souvenir thing you could ever want. So, headed out of here.